Live stream is starting. Shh. Oh, we're live now. Cool. So, today, unlike usual, I do have my brothers here because normally when I live stream I do it when my brothers are away. But I'm hoping that today they can stay quiet because I have utter faith in them because they're my boys. Anyway, so with today's SFM poster making, it's just going to be based around these two maniacs. Just because. No, not you guys. No, not you guys. It's, well, I mean, they are twins, but this isn't you. I can tell you right now. Also, still trying to figure out how to. Alright, so apparently that should have fixed my problem. Just because I've been trying to fix this darned problem for quite a while now. It's just generally been a pain. Oh, yes! Yes! Oh my god! Ah, savior! Because I've been working on this poster, as you can see over here. I'm not sure if I've done any live streams with my secondary viewport on, but that's a thing I'm doing now, so I don't have to switch between the cameras 50 times. But yes, as you can see over here, this is the post that I'm currently working on, which is great. It's of two of my medic OCs, because I feel like I've explained this before, but I'm in the TF2 amino, so I have a habit of role-playing often, so I obviously created characters to roleplay with, and essentially, these are my medic characters. So you've got Holdrich and Adalgaso. Now, for the record, Adalgaso is considerably taller than Holdrich, despite the fact he is the younger of the two. Well, I mean, they're twins, but as twins be like, one of them is older because one of them was born first, and that would be this man. Essentially, brother, no. Essentially, Holdrich is the insane one, and Adalgaso is the slightly more sane one. They've got a whole backstory which I do not recommend reading at all, ever. But if you do ever find me on Amino, you're free to read the backstory. I just don't recommend it. It's not exactly a pleasant read. Because, well, I mean, they're medics. No medic backstory is going to be a pleasant read. I'm just trying to, at the moment, slightly, what does that even mean? So, oh yeah, welcome to the stream. So basically I'm trying to make it so that the saw isn't clipping through his hand. Originally this one was also clipping through Adalgaso's hand, but I sort of fixed it. It's not really noticeable anymore, which is great. I am going to mess around with these fingers a bit more just because I don't really like the way that they're positioned at all. I want him to look like he's got more of a grasp on it, so that's going to be changed. I don't know if y'all heard that deep inhale, but I am unimpressed. This is some... Oh, it's got a charge level bone? I'm not sure what happens if I was to mess with that, but I don't particularly want to mess with that today. Thank you. I keep, like, glancing down at the chat, just because I keep seeing the live stream move, and I'm like, oh, is that someone in chat? And it's like, no. No, it wasn't. It's just your imagination. And the live stream. Haha! Sucker! I'm having a day today. It's oh, that's the wrong one. That's also the wrong one. Love you. Want to. What is the name of this song? I have a lot of just random songs in this playlist, not gonna lie. So it's not necessarily clipping through his hand anymore, and fingers are pretty easy to fix. Hold on, how does he even hold the Vita sword? That's... Hold on. I'm gonna need to look up a picture for that one. How does one even hold the Vita sword? I'm so confused because it's... Oh my god, I accidentally hit shopping instead of images. Oh no, the memes. No, there are memes. There are memes everywhere. How do you even hold this thing? Hold on. So he's got thumb like that. Oh, and so then that finger goes there, and then the other one's here, and then the thumb is like there. Although it's on this side of the Vitasaur rather than behind it. Alright, I appreciate this picture greatly, so I'm going to keep this here so that I can see it. For now, we don't need to move the Uber needle. Uber needle. Oh my god. We don't really need to move the arms, so we can lock that. So now we've just got the finger bones. Look at them finger bones. Finger bones. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Index. Because if that one... I may need to move the Vitasaur down a little bit. Much better. Okay. That works better. There are just so many little drop down things. It's a little bit confusing. Okay, let's see. Also, this camera, I've started to get the hang of it, but you'll not believe how much trouble I had with working with this camera. When I first started, it was chaotic. Thank goodness that you don't have to watch me starting out SFM, because that was not as... What's the word I'm looking for? That was not as I can't figure out the word. It wasn't as relaxing per se. Because nowadays I can just casually move the things. You know, I used to just import an animation and it was actually pretty bad. I'd just, you know, hit the model and I'd just go import animation. Oh no, it would have been sequence? Yeah, I believe that I just imported a sequence and that was basically how I used to do SFM posters. But now I individually move the fingers! But also, in the end, it's actually pretty relaxing to do. So, you know, I enjoy doing it, and so that's why I'm still doing it. Oh, ew, I just laughed. I can't help it. I can have a good chuckle sometimes. I just wasn't expecting sometimes to be today because I feel really sick today. Not like coronavirus sick. Don't start worrying your pretty little heads off. It's just sort of a general sickness. The type of thing that you get over in a day. Okay, that is much better. Oh, thank goodness for references. You have no idea how many times I've had to look up references and it's actually worked. Okay, I may just casually tilt that back a bit. Ah, yes, much better. Look at that, it doesn't look like hell anymore. So that's what it would look like if I were to render it now. But there is something that I wanted to fiddle with just a little bit. And that would be the aperture. Look at this, it's stunning. Also, I put them here in particular for a reason, mainly because of the hazard sign, because Holdridge is hazardous. It's not optional anymore. He's a general hazard. Adalgaso, not so much. Like if you went to their backstory and their wikis on my amino and stuff, you would find they are not. Adalgaso is not hazardous per se. He's the ethical one, which doesn't say much. Point is, they're both pretty insane. Holdridge more so than Adalgaso. So point is, I was making this last night when it turned out to be about 1 in the morning, and then I was like, oh shoot. And my mum was like, go to bed. So I went to bed. So I just wanted to finish this off and save. And now I can export it as a movie. SFM. As you can see, I have a lot of SFM posters. If I wanted to import some, like some of my really old ones, and redo them, oh, I should do that actually. I have some really good ones that I could so redo, so much better. Oh, it'd be amazing. Okay, twins icon.png. I always add the .png just because. Image sequence, custom frames, export. Yes. Alrighty, now we should be able to view that. If I just go to SFM, oh my, I can delete. That was also supposed to delete, but alright. Okay, I don't need those, ever. Alrighty, so let's look at the finished one. Ah, yes, stunning! Gorgeous. I don't think I showed off the JoJo pose one. Oh, I enjoyed doing this one. So you've got my spy and my friend's sniper. Again, OCs that we use for roleplay and whatnot. But yeah. Oh, you have no idea. Hold on. So the thing about the weight room warmer, which is this jacket here, is that for the longest time it has had glitched sleeves. So if you were to import it and put it onto the model, then the sleeves would like clip through the arm, and it was just generally horrible. And so I would have to manually mess around with that. I had to move the bones. So hold on, let me see if I can find a... So you see these arms? I had to actually manually mess around with that, because the thing about that was... The thing about that was, if you see right here, you can actually see that it's sort of clumped up a little bit, because I had to actually manually drag the bones of the jacket down, which doesn't necessarily work. Which is great. I also had to do it for this one. So as you can see, it's still clipping through his arm. Right there. See? Right there. That's what it would do. Which is a massive pain. And then someone actually had a thing about how to fix it, which, man, not all heroes wear capes. That's all I have to say. I seriously appreciate it because it's not exactly easy to do, you know. Also, why is my phone live stream... I'm gonna have to close that and reopen it because it was being weird. Alrighty, and there we go, it's reloaded in. So now then if I went into open... I have a lot of just random... If I were to open this one, as you can see, there is a lot of cosmetics there. There is just a lot of models in general. And generally, the whole poster is absolutely, like, chaotic. It's terrifying in a way. What is my work camera doing here? Alright, so if I were to go back to this, so let's look at this real quick. So you have, these are all of the TF2 loadouts that I had when I made this poster. This itself was a recreation of the original one. So obviously, you know, you've got my scout, and as you can see here, the sleeves! So, if I go to, where is it? Tactic eyewear, fancy coat, spybot engine. Oh, I know what that is. Weight room warmer. Haha! Delete that real quick. New model. Weight. And I also mean weight. Like, it takes forever to scan through all the files because I have so many files! Model files. It's just scanning through them all. As you can see, there is a lot of files for it to go through because I have a habit of grabbing files that I legit don't need. Weight room warmer. Hey! Rescan! Where's my weight room warmer? Hold on. What's it called? Yeah, see, it's just this. See, it's not that hard. Come on, where is it? That's the one. Okay, so apparently you go into utilities. Hey, bake procedural bones or something. Utilities, bake procedural then you want to lock it, hit 0, drag it, and now, oh, the sleeves! Oh, it's magic. It's stunning. Look at it. Look at it, there's no longer clipping through his arms! But yeah, that was a stunning revelation. Also, oh, there's so many things. Okay, first of all, spy, medic, saw. Okay, saw blades in general, I don't need to move. Everything else I can just sort of, for now. Oh my god. There's so many aspects of this that I've got to go through them all and just, gotta fiddle with them. Alrighty. So let's try and improve this poster again, because I have a lot more knowledge now. Despite the fact that I made this a couple of months ago. Okay, thumb. It's probably like halfway in the log, so I'm just gonna casually... There we go. Alright. So now the next one is going to be this. Hold on a minute. If I just... Perfect! His poor thumb! Oh, I may just have to leave that as is. Look at them chonky fingers. And then... There's so many, like, model bones. It's aggravating in a way, but also relaxing. How is it relaxing? Oh, I have no idea. It just is. So, I don't know. I get to fiddle around with models and, you know, create something that I enjoy. I still have no idea why I enjoy it, but I do. I guess it's because the finished products are just... I love them. As you can tell, I am not as tired as I was yesterday. Was it yesterday? Oh, I can't remember. No, it would have been Wednesday. I'm not as tired as I was on Wednesday, okay? Not as tired as last time. And that's why I'm talking so much. Because I talk a lot. Oh. Ah! That's how thumbs work! Bam! Look at that. Already better, and you can't even see it on this camera. So, if I were to go into that, I wouldn't want to change the focal distance, just because I don't want to blur out any of the characters. That's the thing. Oh yeah, and then you've got this monstrosity. Look at this terrifying man. He's a cryptid, I can guarantee. Look at him, he's got his legs. Look at his knees! His knees! Everything would be fine if it weren't for the knees! I think I may have to change his wiki to say he is a shapeshifter, because he is now a shapeshifter. And that is why his knees are reversed. The shapeshifter idea originated from a mythological roleplay that I'm part of. So I have 3 characters in that mythological roleplay. I've got Jonathan, I've got Lucian, and then I've also got Holdridge from the last poster, the red medic. So let's see, Jonathan is a fire elemental, so he controls fire. He has like pyrokinesis or something. And I had a whole ref sheet for him. He has these runes that glow, and they're on his arms, and his eyes, despite being this beautiful shade of blue, which I decided to keep them as the default blue just because. Despite being a beautiful shade of blue, instead of a pupil, it's like a small flame. I know, what an edgy character, and how unoriginal! But at the same time, I don't really care. Okay, so we are going to mess around with this expression a bit more because now that most of these characters have personalities of their own, I can just sort of, I can just sort of give them their usual expressions that they'd have. No. Hold on, I'm trying to... There's a cocky one! Aggressive. Oh my goodness. Skeptical. That's him though. That's him. That's Lawrence in a nutshell. So I did kind of stick with the name Lawrence for my Sniper. Because I'm unoriginal like that. Um, Also, I've been told that I have some sort of like obsession with names that start with L because you've got Lucien, you've got Lawrence, and then you've got Lucas. Oh, Lucas! No! Hold on. Is his foot? His foot is like clipping into the floor. Demo. Let's just change that real quick. Good enough. He probably broke his ankles, let's be honest. Okay. So there's Lucas for you. He's drunk. Probably. Oh, Lucas. He's quite the character. Although I haven't really done anything with Lucas yet. Oh, who's messaging me? I'm getting messages from people. Oh, wait a minute. It was... Holy shit, it was her! Swoon! That's partly a joke. Oh, wow. The other person that sent me a message was someone showing me the coloured reference for their Eastern Lung Dragon engineer thing. It's a whole thing. They do a lot of like mythological OCs. They've got a Naga. They've got Eastern Long Dragon. I can't remember what their other ones are. Oh, I was talking about the mythological versions of my characters. And then I got sidetracked. Okay, so you got the you've got Jonathan as a fire elemental. Which normally you'd think that maybe Pyro would be a fire elemental, but I was like, that's it, guys. Jonathan's a fire elemental. And he's got a pet salamander, because salamanders are also associated with fire for some reason, despite the fact they are amphibians. Are they amphibians? I think they are. I have a salamander, but I don't know this, and I feel bad for not knowing this. Lucien is a shapeshifter, obviously. His true form is unknown, just because, I like to be mysterious like that. His human form is not his true form. I can tell you that right now, right off the bat. He customized that human form for himself. He is not human by any means. I was talking to my brother about what kind of true form he should have, and my brother was like, he should just be a blue square. And I was like, what? Why? And he was like, well, what are you going to be more afraid of? The edgy 12-year-old looking demon? You know, it's a joke because 12-year-olds are edgy. I don't mean anything by it, I'm sorry. Not all 12-year-olds are edgy. Do you want something that looks like something an edgy 12-year-old made, that looks like a freaking demon, or would you be more terrified of the random blue square in the middle of nowhere? And I just sort of went, you have a point. It would be much too easy for someone in the roleplay. It's a whole group roleplay. It's a public roleplay, so anyone can join. But basically, anyone can learn to love a demon, but can they learn to love a blue square? Although Lucien does kind of have someone that he's shipped with at the moment. And who wouldn't love this gorgeous winning face? Like, you'd be crazy not to love him. Although, you'd have to be crazy or Holdrich. Which is basically the same thing. I need to delete that. Oh my god! I wasn't expecting that. Oh my god. Oh, what's up with the cool capuchon? I don't think that's how you say it. That's kind of French. Oh, I say everything in a French accent when I don't know how to say it. Or if it's the word kitten. Because for some reason I say kitten. You know, he's a small kitten. I love him. He's a small baby. baby child. I love small baby child. Alright, let's see over here. Oh yeah, they all have names technically because, like I said, they are my OCs, sort of. So you've got Jonathan, Lawrence, Lucien, Lucas, Holdrich. Actually, Holdrich was... Okay. Holdrich does not wear the medic backpack because he does not heal anybody, ever. Unless it's Jonathan. You can read his wiki for more information on that. Then you've got Artem. He's like the dad friend of the group. They've all got brief personalities. And then you've got, I believe this is Delegate. This is Delegate Jones. And then you've got, I can't remember this one's name. I can never remember what names I gave to my soldiers. Because I have names and names, personalities, and looks for just about every one of my mercs. So you've got the entire red team, and then you've also got the entire blue team, which all have their own things. Like, you couldn't just put Jonathan in blue clothes and say that's the blue scout. No. Jonathan is not a blue scout, he's a red scout. I am oddly specific about this because I'm weird. Oh yeah, and then this is, I feel bad for not remembering their name. I remember the blue pyro's name. Oh wait, no. That is the blue pyro. Hold on a minute. Something ain't right here. Because this is my Pybro loadout on TF2 when I play. But at the same time, as an OC, this is my blue pyro. My red pyro is actually one of my brother's old loadouts called Igneous. Igneous? You know, IGNEOUS? Igneous? I don't know. Okay, I'm still getting the hang of words. I'm sorry. I am gonna have to change that though. So it's Burning Question, Fiery Phoenix, and where's the thingy? Oh, there it is. The hot case. Oh, excuse me. So I believe it is I think it's a head full of hot air. No, it's the airtight arsonist. Sorry, I just had a massive, oh. That's the one! Look at the way that clips through his head. Oh, my throat. Is it the Centurion? Yes. That's what it's called. The Centurion! And then the last thing... I believe the last thing was literally just a mercenary badge. I think that was it. Let me double check that. Because I have all the loadouts in my Dropbox because I needed them. If I go to mobile uploads. Okay, let's see. So we've got my pyro. And then we've got my brother's pyro. So it's Airtight Arsonist, the Centurion, and the Bombinomicon. I have several questions. Such as why the Centurion has like that little spread thing on the head, why it's supposed to be orange but it's not. I'd like to know the answer to that, thank you very much. But yeah, he also wears the Bombinomicon, which I think I'm going to not add that just because. Because that's a Marasmus thing. Where's the pyro? There we go, pyro. He has his hand in the saw! I only just realized that. Why? Why would I do this? What is the meaning of this? Hold on, I can probably just, Pyro. Let's just move him over. Oh, we'll probably have to move him back so he still stays in frame over there. Okay. So now that he is still in frame, I am going to import a sequence for him, which I don't do very often anymore, just because he's pretty casual and, well, I mean, he's not exactly, I'm trying to think. Stand deployed. Then let's give him his weapon. He uses the rain blower, which I am a little bit surprised about, not gonna lie. There we go. Now we've got the pyro. And like I said, I don't normally import sequences anymore. I used to do it all the time. But I've sort of strayed from doing that. Okay, let's go here real quick so we can see the rendering. Oh my god! Everything is so far away because there are so many characters to add. Okay. Now that I've got that little bit of screaming out of the way. Originally, I don't think I was actually going to add half of these. Also, yeah, now they move with him. I can probably put them like there. And then if I were to move the soldier. It's less that I want them to be all grouped together and more that I just want them all to be visible. But also, considering the fact that there are so many of them! Also, Spy over there be like... I could probably get away with putting him... there. Let's be honest. Oh god, that's terrifying! Thank you! Thank you, myself. I'm gonna have to make him floating just because you wouldn't be able to see him otherwise. Oh, that's terrifying. Thank you. Thank you for that one, myself. That does look about right, though. That does look a fair bit better. Hold on, I am going to... Oh, God. Oh, Spy! Spy, why you be like this? Spy, please. Please. Stop. That would be great. Okay, now he's too low. Spy is terrifying. Although, like I said, he is now canonically a shapeshifter, meaning that he can morph particular parts of his body. So he could literally just become a mishmash of creatures if he so desired. But he does not. Because funnily enough, he does not like morphing. Not often anyway. It's more that he doesn't like morphing into smaller creatures just because it takes longer and, well, I mean, the bone structure is so different. What if I just... That's so horrifying. But I gotta stick with the inverted knees. What kind of a person would I be if I switched from that? I wouldn't exactly be giving my former self much credit if I didn't stick with their original idea. I say that as if I'm not myself. I am myself. I wouldn't be giving myself enough credit if I didn't stick with the inverted knees. It's so horrifying. Look at it. I hate it so much. But oh, I love it. Okay, if I did filter, oh, I could do that, but I don't really want to because I have it basically where I want it. We're going to tone the map scale up just a little bit. And as you can see, it did sort of brighten the map a little bit. Bloom scale is really just for like the lights in the map. So I'm gonna turn that like right down. So it's still there, just not as intense. Because let's be honest, it was really, really intense. So yeah, now you've got this really terrifying masterpiece. Also, if I were to just... Hello, brother. I believe they're in the backyard. As you can see, as you can see, I'm a very responsible person. Whoops. What? What? They got into the cereal. What, the Fruit Loops one? Oh god, that's such a weird angle for his head, but I love it. And also, if they got into the Fruit Loops, then well then it's already kind of done. I can't really do anything about that. What if I put Lucienne on the barrels? Yes, see, I told you. Oh, can you container it up? And can you bring me a small portion? What was that? Why not? You can't just use the excuse, don't know how, if you don't want to do something. You know that, right? You just ask how to container up honey mustard chicken. It's not that big of a question. You know the serving spoon thingy? It's like almost a ladle. Yeah, you use that. You do about one half of the container as rice and the other half of the container is honey mustard chicken. And also bring me a serving, please, because I am hungry. I'm hungry and angry, and I want foods. I haven't eaten today. It's 1:46, and I just have not eaten today. Yes, I'm very responsible. This is why I should never be left in charge. Please never leave me home alone again. Actually, there is one thing that I wanted to do, because look at how grainy that all is, yeah? Now that it's rendered properly, it is no longer grainy, which is great. So, the only thing though is that I did kind of want to mess with the focal distance just a little bit. That is not enough! I'm just going to have to double that, thank you very much. Boop! Still not enough! I'm going to have to like double that again, let's go with 800. Sure. Okay, so then when it loads in, it vaguely... Okay, that's not even remotely enough. Let's wait for it to render. There we go. Hold on a minute. Jonathan! 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 My son! Oh, my son. Look at my son. Jonathan is like my son at this point. The most important characters are in focus, okay? It's Lucienne, Jonathan, and Lawrence. Those are the most important characters, and the other ones can be vaguely blurred because they're not as developed, and they don't really need as much attention. Except for maybe Holdridge. But let's be honest, no one wants to pay attention to Holdridge because he's rude and insane, and I feel like I've already gotten this point across with my previous posters that include Holdridge. So, enough said. It's all good, guys. The really important characters are in focus. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Not quite there. Perfect. Okay, so once it renders again, let's see that again. Jonathan! Jonathan, no! Oh man, I do really like Jonathan as a character, so I'm just gonna casually... Okay, hold on, if I could display, show focal plane. So as you can see, that's the focal plane. It doesn't really matter for this camera because it doesn't mean anything. But this one, it shows me where the focal plane is, so it's about partway through Sniper. Yeah. Yeah, that seems about right. Okay. So now let's render that again. So you'll want to pay a lot of attention to the secondary viewport because that's what the rendered image is going to look like. Now, I have said this already, but the reason I'm not focusing the camera on the ones in the background are because they're not introduced yet. Except for Lucien and Holdridge. But again, no one likes Holdridge. And Lucien is... He's a spy. He's not supposed to be the center of attention. Well, not always the center of attention anyway. Okay, let's save. Export movie. I'm just gonna leave it as the 9 of us. The 9 of us. .png. Revamp. Save. Oh yeah, image sequence. Yep. All that stuff's gone. All that stuff is done. I require sustenance. Okay, so it's rendering. It's gonna take forever because of just... There we go. Okay, it did take a little bit, but... Okay, now I can delete those because I don't need those. Okay, so we can look through all the different ones. So we've got the first one. So as you can see, I didn't really know what I was doing. And for starters, you can see that. First of all, here in the background, let me just... Here in the background, I didn't change the skin for the Beat Man, meaning that it was blue. And also, as you can see, the loadouts have changed quite a lot, actually. And then you've got the next one, which was this one. And as you can tell, again, everything changed. So, you know, they all got different outfits except for Pyro because, I don't know, I just really like the detective look of my Pyro. But then you go to the current one. Why do you need 2 pieces of paper, bud? Alright. And then you got this new one with the 2 centers of attention, the minor character over there, the character no one likes, and then all the unintroduced characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, all 9 of them. So that's that for you. This isn't even my playlist. Go back to my playlist. Valid. Well, if I want to eat, I'm going to have to stop the live stream, and that is depressing. Fair enough. I can completely respect that, brother. Alrighty. Fair enough. Alright, well, I'm going to go and eat. If anyone has any suggestions for another poster, then just leave a comment, please.